Long ago, on the fields of battle, in the year 2017, two men met to decide once and for all what the most metal things in the universe are. For there can be only one. What's more metal? With your hosts, and Tony
Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of What's More Metal, a podcast where two badass unicycle jousting comedians get together and talk about the most badass metal shit in the universe. Joining me, as always, is the twinkling glass to my head-on collision, Noriko Odd, everybody.
Hey.
And today, joining us, a special guest, a friend of mine from Chicago, and a magnificent artist. Give it up for Winslow Dumaine, everybody. So today, by metal, we mean most badass, kick-ass, sexy, or generally speaking, what killed the most racists. Like, we used to say Nazis, but then we were like, well, racist kind of fits, so we're just going to go with racist. So I'm afraid this week, though, no racist died as far as I know, because we're going to do
I don't know about
that. Well, that's true. During the research of this, at least one racist died, so that's pretty good. But we're going to do most metal slam dunk across all sport. Doesn't matter, NBA or otherwise. And we're going to do most metal romance novel as a sort of hand wave towards Valentine's Day. We're doing slam dunk because we thought that the NBA All-Star game was this weekend. And it's not. So that was a mistake. But
this goes to show how much we give a shit about sports.
I legitimately am an NBA fan, but I still didn't know. Like, that's because the season is so fucking up in the air. Like, who the hell knows what? I mean, they're playing a game every other day at minimum.
The All-Stars were the friends we made along the way.
All right, I gotta go. Every year at my job we fill out they do the March Madness brackets, and it's like, it's the little office gambling thing.
Yeah. And
every year I just fill in a blank one. And last year I filled in a blank one and goddamn won.
Nice.
Because they canceled it all. And I was like, this is the one time being a goth in high school who didn't care about sports finally pays off. Excellent.
Man, I see those things, and I don't know. That's such a guessing game. I mean, anyway, as a basketball fan, I will say March Madness is fun, but it's also exploitive, and I have a hard time watching it. Anyway, enough about that. We're going to talk about that plenty in a minute. But first, we have a couple stories we want to talk about before we get going, and maybe we could show a couple of images. Do you have images of Winslow's art that you could put up? Yeah,
I do.
Show those real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
He's doing a Kickstarter for a Tarot deck. We'll talk about it at the end and show a link for the Kickstarter. But the art on those cards is fucking amazing.
Thanks, man.
It's metal as fuck.
It's metal, and fucking I reached out to one of my favorite black metal bands and asked them if I could use one of their songs for the trailer video, and had no expectation for them to even give me the time of day. But not only did they, but they're like, yeah, give us a tarot deck and we'll give you all of our merch. So I was able to use the song by Pharmakia for the promo video. And I don't know if you guys are super into black metal, but Jeff Whitehead from Leviathan has a copy of the deck.
Nice.
And
that's nice. Leviathan's dope.
Leviathan's incredible, and Lingua Ignota, or Christian Hater of Lingua Ignota, and the guys from Death Heaven have a copy, and Behemoth and shit. So
nice.
Yeah, man, it's been a fun way to meet metal people.
Dope.
That rocks.
Yeah, man.
Did you? Oh, there was one story. First, before we do any other happy stories, I want to give a shout out to the kid that made a guitar out of his uncle's skeleton.
Oh fuck!
It did not look like I thought it was gonna. Like I thought it was just gonna be the rib cage or some shit, but it was just like legit, just a skeleton with strings through it.
Yeah.
It was so fucking tight.
I totally thought they were gonna mash up some bones, put it in like clear epoxy, and then shape it like a Les Paul or something. No. He just screwed some pickups into a spine.
I saw that shit and I was just like, God damn, I made the right choice in listening to metal. Because like, what's the equivalent in any other genre? Because like, it's like every other genre. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but like,
I think if a country musician
made his truck
made a
guitar,
made like a jug out of a horse or some shit, like one of those, or a washboard out of his cousin or whatever.
Oh fuck,
that's fucking funny.
That's the beauty of metal, is that it's just like there's no fucking ceiling for the level of insanity that you can engage in.
Well,
absolutely.
Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top made a guitar out of Robert Johnson's house.
That's some Metalocalypse shit. You know what I mean?
It's pretty awesome. They were like, hey, they found out, they were like, yeah, he lived in this house down this way in like Texas. So they drove out there and it was just a pile of like lumber, like in this field. And then he started grabbing a big chunk of wood. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm building a guitar.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
God damn. I love that shit. I love just weird shit, man. I was just talking to Ryan Singer about like how the whole reason I got into like morbid art and dark art and metal and stuff is because it's like I just want, everywhere I go, every time I'm in like an antique shop, I'm just like, what's the weirdest thing that you have? Mm-hmm. What's the scariest thing that you have? You know, and just metal has so many opportunities to be. I mean, like fucking the shirt that I'm wearing right now is it's the fucking Dawn of the Blackhearts. Yeah. The dude shot his goddamn brain out and they made it to a bootleg album cover. Fuck.
And then the dude made like a necklace out of his
yeah,
skull.
Made a necklace out of it. And, like, fucking, you don't see Justin Timberlake doing this.
Yeah.
No. Definitely
so
no.
Yes, the fuck. Imagine Dragons. They're not going to be releasing a bootleg with a dead body on it.
Justin Timberlake, he like kills all the rest of NSYNC, and he's just wearing their finger bones or some shit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
He's wearing their ears as a necklace.
Yeah, but it's still the same pop music, and he's still like just kind of dancing around and shit.
See, that just has all their heads on spikes, like a dead Prez.
If the back of it, if the background he was playing in front of was just like flaming crucifixes and bleeding out goats, and he's just singing like whatever, like
Crimea
bringing
River.
Sexy back or whatever.
That's funny.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be great. I might be into it.
I fuck with that.
I honestly would like him better. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So we have what was the story that we were going to actually? I'm sorry to interrupt, but we had a story we were going to actually talk about.
Yeah. So this week, it was like right after our last show. There was a lady named Julie Briskman that came up in the news a couple years ago. For those of you watching at home, that's her. She is the lady who flipped off the Trump motorcade on her bike.
Oh, right.
Right? So she got back in the news because in the 2020 election, or I'm sorry, in 2019, she got elected to local office after... When that motorcade incident happened, Trump got so mad that he found out who she was, where she worked, and got her fired. So 2 years later, she got elected to local office, and last week she got sworn in.
Nice.
And since she got fired, she got really into activism in her community, and since that happened, she got a Confederate statue removed. She installed bike lanes. She managed the budget and COVID relief programs in her city, officially apologized for school segregation, established an environmental commission, and as of this week, I haven't seen if it was actually approved yet, but she had a gun control ordinance that was up for approval as well.
Nice.
Dope.
And to top it all off, she is now on the board, the local board of supervisors that oversees legislation for leisure facilities in her county, a county which includes Trump's National Golf Club.
Dude, It's
That'd
been
be the
such a
former
few
Cold War.
years of the most complicated revenge stories.
Yeah.
Ever. You know what I mean? It's never going to be like Trump falls into a meat grinder and then that's all you ever hear of him. It's going to be some crazy legal move that we use to make it so like Trump legally can no longer have eyes, and so we get to take him away from him or something like that.
The judge is like, well, it's a little unorthodox, but I'm going to go with it.
I'll allow it.
The people versus Donald J. Trump's eyeballs.
Man.
I don't like what they've seen.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, even Trump being elected was him getting revenge on from the correspondence dinner or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you've seen that meme of like the guy knocking down the one little domino and they all get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I had one that was just Seth Meyers tries stand-up comedy for the first time, and then the final one is insurrectionists, pedophiles overtake the Capitol building. Because there's a direct fucking line between it was Gamergate, and that had like a huge thing, or like World of Warcraft literally has a direct line to the insurrection. If you like have read, well, I think it was Fire and Fury. There's so fucking much. if we're living in a simulation, honestly, good job.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
I gotta say,
You know,
it's an exciting one.
Yeah.
for sure.
it truly is.
That's two darts on the board of the plot. Where you're like, well, we got to make it work.
Yeah, it's like that. There's that old Onion article that was like affable anti-Semite thinks the Jews are doing a great job with the media. It's just like, I honestly, this is the golden age of television. The Jews are doing a great job. Well, the alien race that controls us all, they're doing fucking fantastic. So that's awesome.
Also, wasn't there some conservative pile of shit that passed away this last
I pulled
week?
that up too.
Excellent.
Texas Congressman Ron White becomes the first congressman to die of COVID.
I never liked his comedy, but you know,
Tater salad is dead.
Tater salad. That's fucked up.
And cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, it's always funny when they die of COVID, because then you look at what's their very last tweet.
Yep.
What was his very last tweet? It was like, this COVID shit is a Chinese hoax. And you're like, well, fucking the Chinese got one over on you, big boy.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
That's
it, literally what happened. The guy was like a COVID denier. Was like, this is completely preposterous. And then fucking lungs turned to fucking schmuckers and shit in his chest.
Yeah. God. I mean, just the fact that, what's his face? Was it the Godfather's guy? Herman Cain was tweeting from the grave. You know?
That's right, yeah.
It's just
Did he have those tweets like locked and loaded, like they were being released on a timer or whatever?
I don't think so. There's somebody, because it was like current stuff, so somebody was just in charge of his of his Twitter thing, and they just decided to keep on going.
Yeah. God, it's just incredible. I was surprised that when Trump got out of office that there wasn't some huge write-up of like every insane thing that's happened. I'm really looking for that article of just like...
Dude, they're still collating it. It's going to be a minute. It's going to take a minute before they get done.
Most of the internet, I think.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Because, I mean, we ended on such an insane bang with the whole thing about the Four Seasons lawn care service and how they held that meeting there.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Tried an auto coup. It's like pretty interesting.
Would you guys like to know what Ron Wright's last tweet was?
Go for it.
Yeah.
February 6th. Happy birthday, President Reagan.
I'm on my way to meet you. I'll be there soon.
Yeah, rest in piss, buddy.
Oh my God. Happy birthday, President. While there's an active coup going on.
Well, Reagan was a fan of coups.
Oh, yeah. So, for sure.
He instigated many.
Yeah.
My God.
That's funny.
That's bad.
I love it.
Didn't some other law person post a drawing that they did of Reagan when they were a kid? And it's just like, it's like that old painting of the painting of Christ that was really horribly done. God.
Yeah, I actually posted that on our Instagram stories. This lady was like, here's the picture I drew of Ronald Reagan, and it looks so fucking
bad.
I'll see if I can pull it up.
It's super fantastic. But, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Winslow's ever heard me tell this story, but when Reagan got shot when I was in grade school, and they came out to tell us, we were all on the playground, they came out and told us, it was all the 6th grade in Tillamook, Oregon. Came out and they said the president has been shot, and then there was like a 4-second pause, and then all the kids on that playground cheered. And we were all like, "Yay! Yay!" We had to have an assembly to teach us why the president getting shot wasn't a good thing.
That's amazing. There was somebody tweeted earlier today that they just got out of suspension because they had tweeted last night. Do you remember, I don't know what year it was, when that dude in LA had the fucking crazy ass body armor and M16s and shit, and he was robbing banks and shooting cops, but he had like the full steel suit of armor. And he just tweeted like, man, when I was a kid, I was sitting with my family watching this guy in body armor just sort of doming cops left and right, and I had to pretend that it wasn't the dopest thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's just it goes back to that George Carlin bit that I constantly think of, just like, yeah, whenever bad things happen, like, I hope people are okay, but I want it to get worse. If there's a big forest fire when there's no longer a fire, I'm like, yeah, but that fire was fucking exciting, Show me some fucking blood.
Oh no, I hope they don't show this footage in slow motion.
Yeah.
Again.
It's like fucking watching Fallout 3 up in here. It's crazy.
So guys, we got an ad.
Oh,
we got another ad.
Shit.
Got a little sponsor.
Yeah, right. It's weird how it happens every week, and yet they give us no money.
Yeah.
Here's the copy that they sent me today. Are you into metal but feel like a healthy lifestyle just isn't brutal enough? Do you love the environment and Satan? Then you're in luck. Introducing Rob Zombie, noted vegan diet advocate and metal god, is introducing a new health food line, Health Billy Deluxe. Try our new vegan meat alternative, Super Beast. Need a snack? Be sure to check out our healthy, delicious protein bar, One Big Crunch. Don't know what to eat this week? Grab our House of 1,000 Calories weekly meal plan. And be sure to wash all that devilishly delicious food down with Rob's new kombucha, Dragulaxative Probiotic. Don't be one of the devil's rejects. Be a legend. Health Billy Deluxe will kick your bad health in the taint. So I want to thank Rob Zombie and his product for joining our podcast.
Health Billy Deluxe.
Health Billy Deluxe.
If you read the lyrics to Dragula, it is a song about a bunch of goths getting rear-ended. If you really read into
it. All right. So, yes. No, not going to deny that.
My hearse is ruined.
Yeah.
No. Dude, this guy used to park a hearse. One of the comedy clubs in town, the guy who owned it, drove a hearse. Mm-hmm. And every time I showed up, somebody would walk in and ask me if that was my hearse. Like, every time. They just walk in, hey man, is that your new car? I'm like, no, it doesn't get good gas mileage.
Yeah, those things get terrible mileage.
I probably would have bought it though if he'd have sold it to me. He didn't want to sell.
I mean, it'd be great for for me, because I go to Comic-Con and stuff to sell merch. Mm-hmm. But yeah, because you need all that space to move in your big, Tupperware things of all your items and stuff. So hearse, not a bad deal.
Yeah. You should get a giant Tupperware thing made in the shape of a coffin.
Yeah,
haul your merch in with.
Yeah, right now mine is I could fit a gymnast in it. But I don't know if it would work.
Yeah.
So, before we continue, in the comments on Twitch, you can when we do make our choices, you can vote in the comments for which one of us won, and we'll read those choices at the end of the show. Also, if you have any ideas for things that you want Noriko and I to talk about at the end of the show, we'll do the Ride the Lightning round, and Randy will pick one of those topics, and we'll just do it off the top of our heads because we know everything there is to know about everything, and so it will be pretty easy for us to decide. But we got the two topics today, once again, are Slam Dunk, Most Metal Slam Dunk, Most Metal Romance Novel. I believe we wanted to do Slam Dunk first.
Yeah.
In order to decide which one of us gets to make their choice first, we do it in the most metal way possible, which is to roll a 20-sided die. We're going to roll the What's More Metal brand 20-sided die. The 1 says What's More Metal, because we're the #1 podcast to fuck to by Fuckcast Magazine. And the 20 says Natch Twombo, because Noriko hates me.
Yeah.
So if you could roll for me first, and then Noriko, if you could.
Sure. Dan, you got an 8.
All right.
Noriko, you got a 1.
Ooh.
You
So
got
it's a tie.
So it's a tie. Better roll the tie crusher.
I got a
All
plus
right.
7.
You got my
you.
choice, Randy. Ready, Randy?
Queued up and ready to go.
All right. So my choice for Most Metal Slam Dunk was done by a man named Daryl Dawkins,
Fuck.
where
Son of a bitch.
he smashed a backboard to pieces. Now, I didn't pick it just because he broke the backboard. I picked it because Daryl Dawkins is one of the dopest men that ever played in the NBA. When he was announced, they would usually say what college they were from, and he had the announcers say he was from planet Lovatron. Because he said he was from that's where he spent his off season hanging out with his girlfriend Juicy Lucy. He had the nickname Chocolate
Hamburger.
Yeah. Later, he was fucking her first. He got the nickname Chocolate Thunder from Stevie Wonder. He gave him the other nicknames Dr. Duncanstein and Sir Slam. And he named the dunk that he broke the backboard with, which he named all of his famous dunks. This one in particular, the Chocolate Thunder flying, Robazine crying, teeth shaking, glass breaking, rump roasting, bun toasting, wham bam, glass breaker, I am jam. That is Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins, one of my favorite just NBA players in general.
You bastard.
He was good.
This was also my choice. So, but what's great about it is if you watch the dunk, all that fucking glass falls right into fucking Bill Robazine's face. Yes. Like he's just looking up like, huh? And he just gets a mouthful of glass. Yes. And it's so fucking awesome. It's so disrespectful is what makes it so fucking amazing.
I'm watching it now.
Yeah. That was November 13th, 1979, the 76ers versus the Kansas City Kings.
Yes.
He did it again in a game a few weeks later, and the NBA commissioner said that they'd fine him $5,000 every time he did it, so he stopped doing it. And because of that, they made the backboard shatterproof and installed breakaway rims because he just kept doing it.
I thought that like a 17-year-old Kobe Bryant they installed like a plexiglass, like an unbreakable plexiglass backboard, and a 17-year-old Kobe Bryant smashed it. And the Nicole Conlon joke was just that because even at 17, this motherfucker was stronger than science. Yeah, I mean, like, truly, sports are so fucking metal.
Yeah.
It's just so you see the craziest things that the human body can do. It's fantastic.
They tried to make him break shatterproof. Shaquille O'Neal managed to shatter one.
Yeah,
and he also broke an entire support structure. He made the backboard and the hoop come down on top of somebody else.
That adds up.
But Shaq was man. He doesn't even. Oh man, that guy's
a beast of a man.
He's like a D&D ogre. That's what he's
He
just so
truly
fucking
is.
big.
He's just so big.
Yeah.
He's so massive. It's ridiculous.
His shoes double as smart cars.
Yes.
He's a big man.
I did get to see him live, and it was unreal. Like he made everybody else look like children.
Dude, I remember the first time I ever went to like a basketball game, like an actual NBA game, like watching it. Like I'm again not a big sports fan, but like seeing human beings that size was fucked. It was like watching
scary.
It was like watching ints walk around the like it's just like huge tree beasts. Just like I'm like, God damn, it's crazy looking. And you know, God bless them. All right, my choice, Dan. Fine, thank you for picking what is undoubtedly, again, such a disrespectful fucking dunk. It is amazing. I'm a big fan of it. I went with another super impressive, but for different reasons, badass dunk. I'm going to go with the winner of the slam dunk contest in 1986. I'm going with Spud Webb and his 360 dunk. Watching 5'7" Spud Webb, and it's smooth. Like it's like you watch it, you're like, God damn! Like watching a guy shorter than me, fucking
5'7".
He won the slam dunk contest in 1986. Just fucking dominated, super hard. Yeah,
Isn't
a dude
that the
shorter
one where
than
he
me
jumped
just
over somebody
crushing.
else too? I believe, right?
But that's not the dunk I chose. But yeah, this one he like just does a really like the smoothest 360 dunk. It's so fucking badass. And just again, 5'7", like just like, average comic book fan size. Spud Webb, smashing it.
What does he do? Oh, okay. So I'm watching it from a billion different angles. Okay, so this is a few. Oh, so this is a few different ones.
Yeah,
because there's one where like he has it and he pulls it back down just before he drops it. I shouldn't be doing this with a knife in my hands, but
I disagree.
Yeah,
I think that's badass.
they get you some fucking viewers, man.
The only
Bro,
podcast
Randy, will
where
you post
somebody
those
knifed
in
themselves.
that thread
Yeah.
so you can see them?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
but yeah.
amazing.
The one I specifically chose, like the 360 that he does, it's like there are other dunks in this world that are like more in like whatever, but this was it's just smooth, and the dude is 5'7" and crushing it.
Looks like he does not give a fuck.
Yeah,
like he's just like, thanks for the trophy, thank you. All right, later. I want to go home and play PlayStation 1, or as they said back then, PlayStation.
And the whole crowd the whole time is just fucking like all like blown away.
Yeah.
All of the pros that were judging it lost their fucking minds. Like I remember watching that slam dunk contest and just being blown the fuck away.
That dude's vertical leap is fucking insane.
He would dunk in games.
Like, huh?
He would dunk in games, like on a breakaway, but at 5'7", like that's just fucking
that's amazing.
Unheard of.
Have you guys ever got into? There's a webcomic called XKCD. Are you familiar with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he has a separate thing called What If, where he's like a former roboticist for NASA, and he has does these really deep dives into answering like really strange what if questions. And one of them was, what if you were playing baseball, but the pitcher pitched at 1% the speed of light? And it's basically like it's kind of a little examination of like the physics of baseball, but it's basically if you were to pitch at 1% the speed of light, the minute the ball left his hands, everyone in the entire stadium would die.
Yeah.
Because of how much energy would be moving so unbelievably fucking fast.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I love that shit.
Oh yeah, there's like half the stadium immediately just gone. It'd be like one of those animes where somebody powers up some Kamehameha and it just wipes out like you just watch like towers vaporize and light,
exactly.
and you're, like, rolls through. There's a skeleton shaking and burning, clutching onto a chain link fence.
Yeah.
So, to recap, my choice, Daryl Dawkins breaking a backboard. Noriko's choice, Spud Webb doing a 360 slam dunk during a slam dunk contest. My second choice, I want to go with the third one that I sent you, Randy, for the second choice, just because I like how disrespectful it is. This in the late 90s, I believe. In the 90s, the Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks hated one another almost as much. Like everyone hated the Bulls. The Bulls were like dominated all of the 90s, and in particular, the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls had a rivalry. And so in this breakaway dunk, Scottie Pippen dunks over the top of Patrick Ewing, knocks him to the ground, steps over him, and then looks back at him like he's a punk. And that is the most disrespectful dunk in NBA history. Like, because Patrick Ewing was a legit all-star. Like, he was the star of the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
And his career never recovered. This dunk destroyed the Knicks entirely. The franchise has never recovered from this dunk. So that's going to be my choice. The most disrespectful dunk I've ever seen in person. Not in person, on TV. It was fucking amazing. So yes, Scottie Pippen
awesome.
Ruining Patrick Ewing.
That fucking rules. Let's see. That's a great choice. I definitely like Patrick Ewing's huge too, so that's like fucking awesome. I'm gonna choose Dan and Randy. I'm gonna choose I'm gonna actually, you know what? I didn't even send it to Randy. Actually, now that I think about it, so you can't see it. But the 1987 slam dunk contest, where Jordan dunks from the free throw line, is fucking epic. Like when you see it, it's and he's basically doing the pose from the shoe.
It had to come from somewhere.
Dude, that's where it came from. That's where that logo came from that dunk.
It's just you just see it and you're just like, holy shit! It's just a level of athleticism that you're like, it's clearly shocking to see. Like
it kind of recalls the. Did you guys ever watch The Onion had a sports show called Sports Dome?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. And one of them was just like our top 10 tallest NBA players. And it's just like these disgustingly tall freaks of humans. And they're like 7.5 feet tall. He never made it in his career because his heart just couldn't get blood to that big old brain. And it's just like, it's so fucking scary to meet somebody whose body is, I mean, not to body shame these, celebrity Playboy millionaires, but
I'm not going to body shame a Goliath.
Yeah, I'm not going to body shame a man who could crush my skull with his fucking hand.
Look, no one loves the Nephilim as much as I do.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, Manute Bull chipped his tooth on the rim. And he didn't jump that high. Like he was like running. He was 7'7". He was one of the tallest guys that have ever been in the NBA. And he was he was like 240 pounds. Yeah. He was a giant, very skinny man. But
if H.P. Lovecraft could look into the future and see what basketball would become, I don't think he would be a writer because he would think that the horror already exists. You know what I mean? He's like, there's nothing more I can add if this is what the future will truly be.
It's like, all right, coming down the court, there's Jonathan Slenderman. He's
Slenderman. I always love like shortening names and making them like more accessible. Like Slenderman.
Slenderman.
God.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. So that was. You have one more?
I have one more backup. Just because I love the player so much. My second favorite Blazer of all time, Brandon Roy, whose career was tragically cut short, managed to also tragically cut short the rookie that he dunks on in this particular dunk, because that kid washed out of the NBA in 2 years later. Like
that's amazing.
He never recovered from getting dunked on like that. So yeah, Brandon Roy, one of the best players that have ever played for the Trailblazers. Just not long enough. Only 5 years, but it was fantastic. Anyway, I just wanted people to see it because I love it.
I love it when someone gets clowned out of major sports.
Yeah, just completely washed out.
They're just like, oh shit.
Posterized right out of the fucking NBA.
Yeah. Like, I always think about that, like when somebody in sports, like you're somebody like who gets a cleat in the face in somebody else's highlight reel. Like, it's like, that sucks.
Because, I mean, I was having this conversation with my roommates today just about, like, slam dunks are so fucking metal because it is just, it's public humiliation, which is fucking so metal, by extremely strong creatures, you know? And yeah, I mean, it's if you just put them in power armor, it would be like a fucking a Doom album.
Well, yeah, it's like I don't know. It's you're scoring a point, or points, like, but you're doing it in the most extreme way possible.
Oh yeah, exactly, and that's the beauty of metal is extremism.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You know? Yeah, it'd be like if you got into like a Dodge Neon and then drove into to get a touchdown, like you hit 3 people and you got there, it's like it counts, like, or whatever. But yeah,
that's great.
I think it would be cool if in the NFL, if you got an extra point from a touchdown, if you drove somebody else into the end zone with you, like if you hit them and just powered them over the goal line with you, you get 1 more point. Imagine how the hits.
I feel like all punts and kickoffs should be done via cannon.
Right. Or what if you had to augment your team not just with the biggest dudes possible, but with the smallest and lightest dudes possible, and you had to like keep them healthy and keep them from getting shattered, because the goal is if you're carrying the ball into the end zone, you also have to be carrying one of your own dudes.
Right. One of your teammates.
One of your teammates. And so you have to like kind of keep these little Fabergé eggs in the back so that you can haul ass with them in the middle of the game.
I think we should just be using science to the highest degree to get the most, like,
exactly.
to get these weird neo-sapiens, like, like crushing each other in the...
These bird-boned men. That's funny.
But yeah.
Do you have a backup? Another backup?
No, that was it. That's all I had.
So you can, even in the comments, vote for Winslow. Who do you think had the most metal slam dunk? Was it Noriko's 360 Spud Webb, or was it me with Chocolate Thunder shattering a backboard?
Okay, so part of my favorite thing about like black metal and death metal and like gore grind and all that shit is, one, that they have song titles that are like paragraphs long. And I think having a name of your dunk that goes on for so fucking long is itself an act of extremism, which I think is the highest point of metal. And it was also like a backboard shattering humiliation act. So I think that all of that is cruelty and extremism are just so deliciously metal. So I'm going to have to go with you on this one.
You'd be wrong to choose otherwise.
Yeah.
It fucking rocks.
Because it was Noriko's first choice as well. And I just we were in agreement. Honestly, we probably should have pulled this one off the table. I
didn't know until I got there.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Mentioned that like this one's gonna win. So let's mention it but move on. So I think that's gonna bring us to our next topic.
Next topic.
Awesome. Welcome. That cost us so much fucking money. That was me trying to be enthusiastic. I can't do it. I am physically incapable of getting excited. It is not a thing that I can possibly do. Just deal with it. Deal with it, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So, because God damn it, I should never even try again. I'm just going to try to be bitter from here on out.
Try to be bitter.
Yeah. I'm going to make an effort. Naturally bitter, but I'm going to try to make it more so. So our last topic was slam dunk. This topic, romance novel, because I went first last time. Noriko gets to go first this time.
Yeah.
So what is your choice for most metal romance novel?
Oh, all right. So for my choice for most metal romance novel is by Canadian author Marion Engel from 1976. It's a little story called Bear. Now, Bear tells the story of a lonely librarian who moves to Northern Ontario and enters into a sexual relationship with a bear. She fucks a bear in the woods, and falls in love with a bear in the woods. Now, to be the bear in this story, not is not a metaphor, and is also not wearing a top hat and a tie or anything. It's just a wild animal in the woods. And now I will read to you how they have sex. "Oh, bear," she said, rubbing his neck. She got up and took off her clothes because she was hot. She lay down on the far side of the bear, away from the fire and a little way from him, and began in her desolation to make love to herself. The bear roused himself from his solemnness and shifted and turned and put out his moly tongue. Moly tongue. It was fat and, as the cyclopedia says, vertically ridged. He began to lick her. A fat, freckled pink and black tongue, it licked and rasped to a degree. It probed. It felt very warm, good and strange. What the hell did Byron do with this bear, she wondered. He licked, he probed. She might have been a flea he was searching for. He licked her nipple stiff and scoured her navel with little nickerings, and she moved him south. She swung her hips and made it easy for him. "Bear, bear," she whispered, playing with his ears and
bear. Not even gonna name it. Not even gonna give it a name.
Not even gonna give it a name.
Or you sweet hairy beast, or beast,
oh,
or
Yogi.
something.
Yeah, just nothing. Nothing. The tongue was muscular, but also capable of lengthening itself like an eel, and found her secret places. Anyway, I just wanted to get into Bear, which won a writing award in Canada because there's very few people in Canada. So they're like, look, we have 2 authors, so you won.
We're gonna do this one about the guy who fucked a moose. We don't have a choice.
Horny Jim, I love that book.
The Canadian Mounted. That's what it's called.
Yes. Did I send you that picture, Randy?
Yeah, I put it up.
All right, cool. But yeah, it's a lady being spooned by a bear.
Yeah.
I love it because it's a serious novel. It's not a joke. It's not whatever. It's just meant to just a lady fucking a bear, and pretty sweet.
Well, I'm looking at a romance novel right now that just is called "Taken by the Pterodactyl."
Nice.
So
there you go.
So that's probably
Jesus
written
Christ.
by the author of my choice. I've mentioned him on the podcast before. Author Chuck Tingle.
Mm-hmm. That's cheating, though. Chuck Tingle is cheating.
And the book is titled "Slammed in the Butthole by My Concept of Linear Time." That is my choice for most metal. But I love everything this guy does. Like,
yeah.
He's absolutely fucking phenomenal. But in particular, I like the title of this because it's also literally true. Like, we've all got slammed in the butthole by literal time, the concept of linear time. So
yeah.
It's not only true, it's also hilarious.
That's awesome.
Just a guy at work going,
The summary of it is when Rondak's coworker becomes gravely ill, the businessman is forced to cover for his friend at the quarterly investors meeting. With only hours to learn the research, however, Rondak falls short and gets fired in the process. When Rondak realizes that this mysterious research project is actually a time machine, he hatches a plan to go back and make things right. Soon Rondak is traveling through time and space, uncovering secrets of the Tingleverse that must seem to be seen to be believed. What could possibly connect Rondak to a billionaire jet plane, a Bigfoot lawyer, a vampire night bus, and the author of Billings named Chuck Tingle? Read to find out.
oh, he wrote himself in. It's
Yes,
like
he
The
did.
Stand.
This erotic tale is 5,200 words of sizzling human-on-gay abstract concept action, including anal, blowjobs, rough sex, cream pies, and time love.
Nice.
Time love.
I like that they
Time Love.
finished it with Time Love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surely.
You can't have anything else. Oh,
No.
man.
That's fantastic.
The picture in Bear is fucking phenomenal.
God,
Good God.
wow. Have you guys ever heard of the book called The Ass Goblins of Auschwitz?
Jesus Christ.
That's worth a Google just for the cover art of the book. They spent more time on the cover art than they did actually writing the book. It's just about a bunch of ass-shaped goblins that are Nazis that run an entire planet called Auschwitz where they burn children for fuel. And that's the whole fucking book, man. It's wretched.
I think the author of that book lives in Portland.
That adds up.
There's a lot of like bizarro body horror authors that live here, and I believe that guy in particular lives
That's
here.
awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. I want there to be like a like a sci-fi twist ending where they're like, kitty logs are made of children.
Yeah.
Made of children.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly.
I was just talking to somebody recently about she's like a reformed evangelical, and we were talking about how fucking weird the Twilight books are. If you really get into like the deep into the series, when Bella gets pregnant with like the cold fucking ice sperm of Edward, Edward's like, well, you can't have a baby, but the whole series is about saying no to abortion because the whole thing is like super religious, so they never even talk about sex. And so when she's going to give birth, they need to do a C-section, but they can't because her womb is hard as diamonds because she's like turning into a vampire. And so Bella has to eat the baby out of her fucking stomach. That is in the book.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
And they didn't put it in the movie because they're goddamn cowards.
Well,
I want to see Kristen Stewart just flapped open like the cover of a Cannibal Corpse record. Just ruined. And just, how is that explained? Who sews her back up? And then the fucking CGI baby that they use that has its eyes on the sides of its fucking skull. There's so much going on here.
Dude, honestly,
Mormons are great.
Yes.
The creepiest part of all of those books, as far as I'm concerned, is when the werewolf who wanted to fuck Bella sees the baby.
Fell in love with the baby.
Immediately become soulmates. So he just hangs out and waits until she's of legal age to fuck her. That is
I'm dropping
the
this in
most
the comments.
twisted shit. Man.
And it's like, it's the whole thing of just like how blasé it is that it's, you know, abortion is wrong and like you have to get married before you have kids, but it's totally cool to want to fuck a baby but be like, listen, we're gonna wait until I am an old man and you are a barely legal teen before I finally gush. I'm going to drop this one in the comments because we all need to take a good look at this fucking baby.
Oh.
Thing of nightmares.
Ah!
That's the best CG.
Oh,
that is a
no.
billion-dollar industry.
Wow.
Dude, what the fuck?
It looks like one of those
Wow.
paintings by that fucking dude. Shit, I can't think of his name.
Salvador Dali?
That's the one.
Yeah. It looks
The guy
like a
that made
painting that
eyes
was
really
saved from
fucking
a
big?
house fire.
Her eyes are the clocks in a Salvador Dali.
Oh, God. Like that baby has gossip and it also has 4 missing chromosomes. Oh,
Yes.
God. That's so weird.
So, do you have a backup, Noriko?
Yeah, I do. Winslow actually dropped it for me, but it is Taken by the Pterodactyl by Christy Sims was my backup. It is Christy Sims does a lot of what there is called dinosaur erotica, where so she's written Taken by the Pterodactyl, Taken by the T-Rex, Ravished by the Triceratops, In the Velociraptor's Nest, and probably one of my favorites, Dino Park After Dark. Pretty great.
That's
There's
gotta
a
be
lot-
an orgy, right? That's
Yeah,
just
it's
gotta
pretty.
be.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh my god, they're learning how to open doors to my bedroom. No, but then I was looking up some other ones out of the Dino Erotica. There's Space Raptor Butt Invasion, which is pretty awesome. And then absolutely my favorite of the genre, My Billionaire Triceratops Craves My Gay Ass.
That's by Chuck Tingle.
That is, yeah. Sorry.
You know what? Mine too.
Yeah, but what about that gets me is just billionaire triceratops. Like, to me, that's the part that's like that it does a 50 Shades of Grey thing, even with the dinosaur. It's like, oh, this super rich dinosaur wants to treat me nice.
All right, but what about the book? This bitch got roaches in her crib. Have you seen that one?
In her crib?
Yeah, it's just like the cover of like a standard like super photoshopped romance novel, but it's like this guy like really coming to terms with the fact that this woman has just cockroaches all over her bathtub. It's worth a Google. I'll pull it up.
It's like a Seinfeld thing where he's like, toilet water splashed on her, so we have to break up.
Right.
Like he's trying to overcome that the whole time.
Yeah. Here, I'll drop it in the comments here. Gosh, yeah, I forgot how amazing this cover is. Oh man, I swear to God, like the world is simply too horny. I am like, I'm like, I feel like for the longest time I genuinely thought I was asexual because of like, I'm just not nearly as horny as the rest of the world. But then I just realized, no, everyone else is a fucking freak. I'm perfectly goddamn normal.
Oh my god. I actually do want to read This Bitch Just Got Roaches in Her Crib.
By Quan Mills.
By Quan Mills. That looks pretty fucking amazing.
That looks excellent.
Oh god.
That would be, that's actually like an interesting, like conflict right there. You're like, she's
Right.
perfect, she's amazing, she's sexy, her house is gross. Like, that would be,
Yeah, I've been with a couple of women like that.
yeah.
Yeah. God. I don't know how.
I've been that woman.
Fair.
So I posted in our chat the my backup, which is just a book simply called Lick. I just liked the name. It made me laugh when I saw it. It's the first book in a series called Stage Dive. It was about a lady that went to a metal show for her 21st birthday, got blackout drunk, and wakes up married to the lead singer of the band, and their adventures afterwards. But the name of it, it's just getting right to the point.
Lick. I like guitar lick. We're having
Lick,
fun.
yes, but still.
That's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just not horny enough for this universe.
I'm trying. God, it's so funny.
Not enough cum.
Yeah. Well, it's still like, a lot of it's an interesting literary world out there, and I love it. The dumber it gets, the better it is. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think novels have been far too long relegated to the world of the literate.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a shame.
Yeah. That's fucking
So
funny.
I think that's it for this round. In case I don't know if I reiterated or not. Winslow, who do you think won? First of all, was it
All right.
me with I got fucked in the ass, pounded in my butthole by the concept of linear time, or is it Noriko's 1975 classic Bear?
The way that I'm seeing it is like you have your prog rock concept of linear time. It's more of like a Meshuggah prog metal. Then you have Bear, which is more like a hardcore. So I feel like it'd be a more metal experience to be fucked by something with claws. So I'm gonna have to hand this one off to Noriko.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. I do agree with that choice. The Bear is a that's fucking hilarious. That's That should have been the prequel to Grizzly Man. It should have been.
It's just him trying to find his dad.
Are you my father? And then like growling. So that's gonna bring us to the polls.
Like Polish?
No, people get to vote on our choices.
We just have a segment where we just like
Talk
fucking
about
polls.
What's new in polling this week? That's what So, do you have the polls, Randy? You have the results?
I do. So, last week we had Most Metal Tackle and the Most Metal Super Bowl Snack. So, starting with Tackle, it was between Dan's kick to the face tackle or Noriko's getting run over with a big fucking cart tackle. Mm-hmm. And with 51% of the votes, it went to Dan's face kick tackle.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I mean, that's
the disrespect.
Actually, the disrespect. It was an anti-tackle. The guy tried to tackle him, and he just kicked him in the face. They actually made it illegal afterwards, I believe. You couldn't no longer do that.
See, once again, Stan Prudes are out here fucking up all sports.
The fucking liberals.
Just
snowflakes.
Yeah, you can't do any like joint manipulation, like pulling the guy's elbow the wrong way on purpose. Nothing.
And then to follow that up, we had the Most Metal Super Bowl Snack, and it was between Epic Meal Times Epic Chicken Sandwich and Pigs in a Blanket. And 54% of the votes went to Pigs in a Blanket.
Damn.
I mean, I'm glad that I won, but I don't think Pigs in a Blanket are more metal than that wagon wheel of death. Like
I'm going to double check. I could have written it down wrong.
No, you're probably right. I think that's what I was looking.
Yep.
No, I mean it's super close. I understand.
Pigs in a Blanket are good. I think people have more real world experience with that than a sandwich the size of a Bigfoot tire.
Filled to the brim with fried chicken and whatever the fuck else.
Nacho cheese.
Cheese.
I found out later the bun was stuffed with string cheese. Like they had just stuffed the bun with string cheese. That. It's so heinous.
God, I checked up on those guys because I used to watch that shit when I was first watching shit on the internet, and it's just so funny how like rough the years have been. For essentially like a bunch of bro competitive eaters, and they made a shitload of money. It's like, yeah, dude, you were just asking for your life to fall the fuck apart. You gave yourself diabetes by episode 3. Of course you're having a hard time.
They all have like gorilla hearts sewn on the outside of their chest and shit.
They call themselves the Colostomy Bag Gang. So,
epic surgery time.
Epic surgery time. The Gout Olympics. So I think that's going to bring us to the Ride the Lightning round.
Ride the lightning round.
All right. So this Randy picks some topic that you sent in, or some random topic, and Noriko and I will decide what the most metal thing in that topic is. Do you have a topic for us, Randy?
Dude, they were good to us this week, you guys. We got a fuck ton.
Okay.
Fuck, man. All right, let's go with most metal hot dude.
Oh man,
I'm
right here, boys.
Most metal hot dude.
Wow. Oh, that's got to be the guy from Typo Negative.
You know what? Yeah, it's in there.
Well, I mean, we got to decide. Can you roll for us, Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, who was it?
All right, Dan, you got an 18.
Okay.
And Noriko, you got a 12.
Okay. All right. Most metal hot dude.
Yep, and I'm your judge.
Okay.
You're the judge?
I'm the judge of this one.
So Dan's going first, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well... Oh, man.
Hold on, I'm looking through my calendar.
No. I know who I want to pick. I just can't remember his name off the top of my head because I'm 50. So
Well,
let me look him up
I'm
really quick.
all in on Peter Steele. I can't.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah.
No, fuck. God damn it. I know who I want to... I just can't remember his fucking name. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Yeah. My most metal hot dude is noted hot guy Ted Bundy. So many people during his trial would write in and talk about how hot that guy was, and there's no fucking way he killed all those people. He got so many fucking love letters in prison. Absolutely. The most metal hot guy. Ted
Not only
Bundy
that,
by
but
a
like
fucking mile.
the Netflix movie, the Netflix biopic about him, he was played by Zac Efron.
Exactly. They made a hot dude play him because he was a hot dude. I mean, that's just a fact. Like, yeah, that's how he cleared so many kills. Like, he was just too good looking for anybody to suspect.
Dear Ted Bundy,
I don't believe you killed all those ladies.
I'd let you crush me in a shed. Whatever.
So yeah,
Smash
that's
my
my
head with a
choice.
rock.
That's my choice, Ted Bundy.
Damn, that's a good one.
Fucking fire. That is such a good choice.
I couldn't remember his fucking name for a long time, but I got it finally.
Fuck. Now I want to pick a better choice. Right off the fuck. Now I want to pick a better one, but I'm gonna have to go John Michael Thor from the band Thor.
He is. That's a good.
If you look up old '80s John Michael Thor, and it's Mikl.
Oh, all right.
Hot dude. He was like trying to be a pro wrestler. He was an actor. He was in one of my favorite movies, Rock and Roll Nightmare. About a metal band that goes to a cabin in the woods to record their album, and then he summons a demon, and it kills all the people in the band.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember watching something about that. Yeah.
I believe it was directed by John Fasano. I might be wrong about that, but yeah.
Wait a minute. Young Joseph Stalin.
Oh, yeah.
Or young Bin Laden, also a hottie.
Oh, yeah. Young Bin Laden. The hot, yeah. You know what? His niece was in the news recently, like doing something, and she's a fox too. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and she's like super Republican, and it's just so funny because it's like you can never get over the hump of the fact that you are Bin Laden's. Your name is just like Isabella Bin Laden.
Yeah,
like Brian Hitler is never gonna get away from it. You just gotta change your name at that point.
Yeah.
So she's slightly more hardcore than her uncle.
Yeah, honestly.
Slightly more fucked up. I don't know. Let me look up young Bin Laden.
He was a hot dude, yeah.
Was he all pecs?
Not all pecs. No.
I mean, he's just swarthy. He's dreamy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to get into like other hot evil people,
young Stalin is a babe.
Young Stalin is a babe.
Damn.
Young John McCain. Evil. Extremely evil.
Yeah, young Stalin's a real hottie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Joe Biden. Like, dear God.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, young Joe Biden and young FDR. He's not evil, but goddamn.
No.
Oh, they're all evil. No, but FDR wasn't as bad.
Somebody photoshopped a hot body on him covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
Young Stalin. That's so funny. Ugh. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, look up young Biden.
Why don't you evenly distribute that dick? Come on. Yeah.
I'll take $2,000 or 12 inches. One or the other. Either way, I'm a happy person.
God
That's
bless.
great. But yeah,
let's see.
I don't know. Let's do one more topic and
let's do one more.
All right.
in the comments below, go ahead and tell us who you think won. By the way,
Yeah.
young hot dudes.
Let's do. God damn, there's so fucking many.
Most Metal Hot Dude is such a good suggestion.
That's a good one. We might have to do that. Well, I think we
should.
I mean, I don't think I would change my choice.
Well, we did most metal male porn star. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
But I rate that differently.
Yeah. Me too. Let's do.
I was rating by feet.
Percentage of body length is what I'm going to go with.
Let's do most metal vegan food.
Seitan, the meat, the fake meat.
That's good.
Yeah, you can't even.
Yeah, that might be
That kind of has
You're
to be
welcome.
off the table. That's like a.
Yeah, I think Satan's off the
clear
table.
winner.
I mean, come on. Shit. I
went first last time. Noriko goes first this time.
Yeah, Noriko, you go first this time.
Go ahead.
Okay. Most metal vegan food. Shit. God damn it. There was a vegan restaurant when I lived in Phoenix, Arizona called Green, and it was a big hit. A lot of people went there, but no matter what you got from the place, it fucked you up. So like everything was clearly so not healthy that like no matter like if you ate like half a little sandwich with some tofu in it, it felt like you ate like the biggest like basket of fries you've ever eaten in your life. Like your stomach was just like fuck you, stop. Like so I know that's not a choice. There's a vegan turducken that I'm like why?
Yes, there is.
Andy Main used to have a joke about it. She called it toe fucking, which I laughed pretty hard at that. But a tofurkey turducken is quite the. It's like, hey, this tastes like 3 different kinds of murder. So dish up.
3 different flavors that are all terrible.
Yeah.
You're gonna go with the vegan turducken?
That's when we go vegan turducken. Yes.
Right. My choice for most vegan food.
Shit.
I'm gonna go with the McDonald's shake.
Ooh.
Because it has no dairy in it or animal products whatsoever. It is
Smart.
entirely plastic.
Nice, Dan.
I'm going to go
Smart.
specifically the Shamrock Shake because it turns your shit green. So for vegan food, absolutely 100%.
God damn it, Dan. That's so good.
McDonald's shake. Because they can't call it a milkshake anymore because it has no milk in it.
No milk in it, yeah.
No milk in it. Nothing.
That's so smart.
And it's served by the least vegan place on the planet fucking Earth.
That's amazing.
That's my choice.
And Winslow, you're going Seitan?
I mean, I gotta go Satan.
That's smart.
Well, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I don't know enough about vegan food to do anything else.
I did just find out from a quick Google search that in 2018, Michael Vitaggio created vegan veal.
Oh, God damn. What? Why?
It's just tofu with a baby cow's face.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
I think that would just be a soybean, wouldn't it? It'd just be like
A raw bean.
baby tofu.
Vegan veal. It's so funny.
That's too
Yeah.
much, man. Stop
That's
trying
amazing.
to imitate meat.
And wasn't there some fucking there's some like is it steak tartare where it's just like raw meat with an egg yolk on top?
Yes.
If they make a vegan form of that, I think that would be somehow metal because then it's just like
guarantee it's out
Yeah.
there. And I
Let's
believe
take
it's
a
made
look.
out of seitan.
oh god,
Seitan and like a vegan. There's like some vegan egg substitute.
ugh. It's everything. I mean, like vegetables are fucking great. I love me a vegetable, but every time I've eaten a vegan version of something else, it's just like almost but worse. Every time, it's just never good.
Yeah.
There's
Hard
been a couple of
pass.
times. There's one place there's actually a restaurant in Chicago that made a really good vegan sandwich that I had. And then the best vegan sandwich
yeah.
I've ever had in my entire life was in, of all places, Salt Lake City, Utah. They had a jackfruit pulled pork like sandwich. That was fucking amazing. Anyway,
Yeah. I think the best vegan sandwich I've ever had is an Oreo.
Yeah,
that's true. That should have been your choice for vegan food.
It should have been. I didn't think about going that angle. Smart. Do we have winners in the comments, Randy?
Probably. Let's see.
I guess.
It looks like, Dan, you have taken both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Those are great choices.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I
that's
thought I really brought it this week until he fucking took my choice on Slam Dunk.
and that shook you for the rest of the night. Like me taking that choice, and it's like you never could recover.
Damn it. No,
Actually,
I got it back on Bear.
I mean, you're gonna win on Bear for 100%. There's no fucking way.
Hey,
The two are
yeah.
great, but Bear is fucking
From
next
your mouth
level.
to Satan's ears, my friend.
Yes. So I think that's the show, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think so. Winslow, I wanted to talk a little bit about your Kickstarter specifically. If you could throw the link up there and
Done.
a couple of samples of the artwork, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that like real quick? Explain
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, I am an illustrator and comedian, and I spent the past 4 years or so putting together a really fucking bizarre take on the classic tarot deck that's based on the Rider-Waite format, but it's like very much inspired by like Dark Souls and death metal and black metal and stuff like that. So I drew I have the second edition here. I drew all the cards by hand. This is the Kickstarter's for the third edition, which has 100 cards. It's like every card has a short story. It's all set during the final days of an infertility apocalypse, so it's really fucking metal and brutal. And you have all the cards trimmed in silver too.
Rad.
It comes with a book. It's got a big book of lore. And it's on Kickstarter now. It's been enjoyed by bands like Leviathan and Death Heaven and Lingua Ignota and Behemoth and Dark Castle and things like that.
The artwork is so sick.
Yeah, it's super metal.
I love the Hanged Man is being strangled by his own dick.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
They're fucking weird. The Three of
So
Swords
badass.
is a dude that's all of his intestines are spilling out and shit. It's real weird, real gross. But it still functions like a tarot deck, and there's like a huge, rich amount of lore to it. But yeah, it's on Kickstarter, and if you're listening to this in the distant future, it'll be on my website, which is just winslowdumaine.com.
Mhm.
And it's called
And,
the Tarot Restless.
Yes.
Yes.
I
And you can follow
actually.
him on at calculations on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
calculation on Instagram.
And you see a
I'm
lot of
actually a
this artwork.
supporter of the Kickstarter. I definitely wanted a deck. I wanted.
Yeah, man, thank
I wanted
you.
one last time, but I was broke when you did it before.
Yeah.
So I was able to get one this time. Totally.
Yeah,
stoked
it'll
to get
be
it.
good. I'm adding a bunch of extra special shit and pins and patches and all that, so everybody's getting some treats.
That fucking rocks.
Yeah, man.
So I'm doing a show on Monday, this Monday, if ice permitting, because Portland is currently locked down in a layer of about 1.5 inches of ice, but it might go away by then. I want to give a caveat for the show. So I'm excited to do comedy anywhere outside, for sure. Doesn't matter to me. But you might not be excited to see it because the show is going to be booked as 3 hours long.
Right.
He's going to have 12 comics do 15 minutes apiece.
What?
And I told him, I legitimately, this is what I said. I want
Is
to
this
go.
an Opie and Anthony joint? Like,
No, it's not.
God.
I want to go near the end. So I was like, put me up the last 2 or 3, last if you want. Just because I want to see if I can get anything out of that tired ass fucking crowd after 2 hours and 45 minutes at least of comedy. That assumes that people stop right on the nose, and they fucking never do. And it also assumes there's no time between comics, and that's never the case. So it's going to be
Right.
more like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ.
if you're starved for live entertainment and you want more than you can swallow, come on down. I'll post it on the What's More Metal Instagram. I'll share it to that, so you can find out where it is. But that's that's what I'm doing next week. I figured I would mention it. Also, you should check out Winslow has a bunch of merch that's really cool. Check out his website.
I'm drinking. I make a water bottle that says "come" on it. That's what I've been drinking this whole time.
He has a whole bunch of shit about Gatorade should be thicker, which is
I made a bunch of stickers that say Gatorade should be thicker, and I give them to every single. If you order from my website, you automatically get a free sticker. And so they've ended up in like fucking Bolivia and shit. They're all over the world.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's so funny. People will get like mad when they see that. They're like, "What the fuck is this about?" and at C2E2 and Comic Cons, I buy that thicken up powder that you mix in for like old people, and I just have like little Dixie shots of just like this thick Gatorade that you and just. It like jumps down your throat. It's like you're trying to swallow like a blue frog. It's quite delightful. I'm genuinely a fan.
I think I saw a couple Instagram stories of you giving that to like Chicago comedians that I knew at a party or some shit, and they were all like damn near puking after they drank it.
Yeah, we also thickened up Malort.
Oh my god! Fuck you! No,
dude.
God damn.
Yeah, imagine Malort, but it stays with you longer.
Oh my God.
It's great.
Shit,
that's so fantastic.
That's the wrongest. Man, goddamn. All right.
They should make those Harry Potter jelly beans, but like they're a pound a piece. You know?
Yeah. It's like gnawing on an apple of earwax. That's funny.
So we have a Patreon that you can subscribe to for $6.66 a month. You can download all of our watch-alongs. You can are basically riff tracks of movies. This last time we did the Da Vinci Code, and Noriko and I both thought. Noriko convinced me. I hadn't realized it until we were watching it, that the entire premise of the Da Vinci Code is absolute horseshit, and that even if we proved definitively that Jesus was a human being and had a wife and kids, it would still not stop any Christians from believing at all.
Right.
That's the whole point, is that we're going to shatter Christianity, and you fucking can't.
You can't.
They believe the earth is 2,000 years old in spite of all evidence to the contrary, and there's no shaking it. So, yeah, absolutely not. But you can listen to us make fun of that horrific movie for what amounts to be an hour too long. So long. But we've also done the movie Doom, and we did Anaconda. So
Mortal Kombat,
catch all those.
The Core.
Oh god, I remember that shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Setting off all the world's nukes inside the world or inside the planet. Yeah.
To kickstart the whirlpool.
It's such a great American solution. Yeah. Nuke it.
Bombs.
So
also
good.
on Patreon, you can hear Noriko and I talk about the guy that got arrested for black market body part sales in Arizona. And we talk about that for much longer than you would want. At least 45 minutes of me laughing till I cried. I think I almost pissed myself twice during that recording.
Same.
So super funny for that. You can get our merch if you give us $25, or if you give us proof that you donated $25 to a Black Lives Matter organization. We'll send you the dice and the t-shirts and all of that if you want it. I don't think there's anything else. I think I pretty much covered it all.
That's it.
Yeah.
So until next week, thank you for listening, and hail Satan and fuck pigs.
Hail Satan
and fuck pigs.
Fuck pigs.
Party.
Let the reckoning begin. American sin, burning into the ash.
police officers while being placed under arrest. One of the officers employed a chokehold. Moments later, while on the ground after complaining he couldn't breathe, he was dead.
Well, he started to tell the officer that he was unarmed and that he should stop shooting me before he